All right, today we are testing out these Quest Overload protein bars. So different than their typical protein bars that they've had out for a long time. This is like a slightly new variation called their Overload protein bars. They have a couple different flavors. This one is the Cookie Commotion. It says packed with all your favorite cookies like vanilla, graham, and chocolate. So Quest Overload protein bar. I got this at Target. I didn't shop around to see the prices to see if there's any better prices around. I just happened to be at Target and saw them, so I picked up a couple flavors, and it came out to $8.89 for a pack of 4. So that comes out to about $2.22, $2.23 per bar when you get this pack of 4 from Target. So let's open it up here and let's take one of them out. There we go. That's our protein bar. And when it comes to Quest, they typically have good macros, and they also typically have a lot of fiber. For these Quest Overload bars, since they are trying to make them more of like a chocolate bar or a candy bar and make it like more about the flavor and less about the protein, it doesn't have as good macros compared to just the standard Quest bars. Some of the standard Quest bars may have like 180 calories and have 20 or more grams of protein, or maybe even like 200 calories but have like 24 grams of protein. For this flavor, the Cookie Commotion, we're looking at 200 calories and 20 grams of protein. So if we take our 200 calories and we divide it by 10, that gives us 20 grams. So we want our protein to be 20 grams or higher, and this is right on the dot at 20 grams. So I would say like this is right around a solid protein bar where you're getting 20 grams of protein for the 200 calories. I would have liked it to be a little bit higher, like maybe 24 grams for the 200 calories. Obviously, we don't want to go lower or else it wouldn't be much of a good protein bar. So we're right on that edge. As far as the other macros, we have 6 grams of total fat. 9 grams of total fat, 6 grams of it saturated fat, low on the cholesterol and the sodium, 21 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fiber. So again, Quest bars are known for having fiber compared to some other protein bars out there that might have little to no fiber. So you can get that benefit of helping getting your daily intake of fiber with the 11 grams here. It does have 1 gram of total sugars and 7 grams of sugar alcohol. So if you're someone who gets bothered by sugar alcohols, you may want to be careful with how many of these protein bars you have in a day, since it does have 7 grams. As far as the ingredients, fairly normal ingredients. It has a protein blend as the first ingredient, so milk protein isolate and whey protein isolate. It does have some stuff like if you care about palm kernel oil and palm oil. It does have erythritol in it as well. And then as we go down, it has some natural flavors and then less than 2% of some other ingredients like sucralose, xanthan gum, cinnamon, and stevia sweetener is our final ingredient. So if you care about those things, maybe a protein bar that you avoid or go after depending on whether you like that stuff or not. So let's pop open this bar, and I can immediately see that it's different than their standard protein bars. So here we go. So you can see they're trying to make it more of like a chocolate bar or candy bar by having this like chocolate cover and then having this like white drizzle on top. It smells good as well. So if we break it open, we can also see it's pretty soft and chewy on the inside. It is breaking apart as far as the chocolate covering on the outside. It is kind of like crumbling and falling on my floor. But as far as the inside, we're getting a softer and chewy inside. And it depends on whether you like Quest protein bars or not. Some people really like the chewiness to their protein bars, and some people like putting it into the microwave as well. Some people don't like the chewiness at all to the Quest protein bars. So let's try out this Quest Overload Cookie Commotion. So overall, it's solid. It is soft to bite into, and it is pretty chewy. So you, as you can see, you have to like chew on it a lot to really break it up and be able to swallow it. But it does have a good like chocolate bar or candy bar flavor to it. I just got to a different part of it as well. So if we look at the box, we can see in the box how there's different little pieces in there supposedly, like the white chocolate, the brown, and then the cookie part there. And and so that's what I'm kind of getting to now. You can see I kind of got to this darker chocolate cookie piece to it. Trying to see if it explains anything inside of it other than it just says your favorite cookies like vanilla, graham, and chocolate. But there is like a picture of like an Oreo on here, some graham crackers, and some vanilla cookies. So I guess like that's what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't actually like describe what those pieces are more in depth. Overall, I'd say this is really solid, whereas some other protein bars have more of a protein bar kind of texture and flavor to it. It's not as much of like a chocolate bar. And so if someone wants more of like a chocolate bar flavor, if they want to, instead of grabbing some kind of candy bar, grab something like this that has protein in it, so that you are at least getting 20 grams of protein and 11 grams of fiber for your 200 calories, rather than just getting a candy bar that's like 200 calories and just has tons of sugar in it. I could see how this would be a better option because it has more of that candy bar style and flavor to it. So I can see the people at Quest wanting to kind of like do a variation where they have their standard protein bars, but now let's do these overload bars that are a little bit closer to a candy bar, and people are going to like the taste more. And we still have solid macros, not as good as our standard protein bar, but much better than the candy bar, and solid macros with the 20 grams of protein and 11 grams of fiber. So I can kind of see what they're doing. The Quest bars are still costly, being over $2 a bar, in this case $2.23. We'll see if for these types of bars, if they're going to do like 12 counts or 24 counts, and maybe you can buy off a bulk from like Amazon or somewhere else and maybe get the price down a little bit lower. But it is still a little bit on the higher side compared to like a pure protein bar where you can get it around $1.50. But overall, solid bar. If you like a little bit of that chewy, soft type of bar, and then have the chocolate cover on the outside, and you want something that's more like a candy bar, but you're getting some protein in it, this is good. Based on the price and the macros and the flavor, I'm deciding between a 7.5 and an 8, but I guess I'll go with a 8 out of 10 for this bar. And if you want me to taste and review any other bars from Quest or any other company, be sure to drop a comment with the bar and I will check it out.